change up for nobody. They're wolves, man, what you know about? This ain't a rap, it's a message. Ain't a rap, be respect. Fake niggas like a fire.
Hey, yo, what's up tonight?
I came to correct. Got a whole bunch of soldiers. Stay moving under stress. When the rebels in the inch, I all the niggas in the exit. Them niggas get the spring. I'll be mad, yo, bitch. Sorry, nigga, I ain't folding. Pushing on, nigga, hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Show the check by the minute. Be smooth, I'm clean. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him, never say a thing. Yeah. I gotta deliver for him. About to have a baby. But I still wanna be it. Let's get to it. Let's get come to a dream. I'm strictly getting it. That's all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I'm gonna kill it. These niggas hurt. I ain't small fishing, nigga. You need a healing. I know you can hear me. I'ma bet you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump on a pussy. I'ma get you a puppy. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
I'm not ready yet.
We gonna call this the quiet before the storm. That's what we gonna call this.
You now listen to the smooth sounds.
Before the thunder roll, and before the clouds touch down to the ground. Quiet for the storm. If I can make it do, I will. Baby girl said whenever you away, you just make me ill. She got so much love for the boy. I call it my mule. She called me the river boy. Meanwhile, me and my brethren in the convoy. DC to Philly, watching for the next exit. Eyes on my brother's shoulder. Wrong step, get your head split. Excuse me if I'm being extra. My mind militant, it'll never stop. Move like a captain, dressed like I'm special ops. I invest in what the world do away. These niggas like when Trump came, they just do away. Broke away from the chains of mortality and made immortality my morality. Without a careless brotherhood, never leave me stressed. Scumbags and fools, you ain't never seen this type of fresh. A man can't stand unless you set a standard. You're set by the world minds written on this banner. Gotta make sure, don't be sure. That's what's the read you ain't gotta pay a fee for. Was on the wrong path, had to make a detour. How you rise in the world, wonder what you free for. Create havoc in these lines that I rhyme like Dr. Frankenstein with this knife on my side like Igor.
Why though?
I don't know, man.
Wait.
Captain Cod the only one. Yeah, Captain Cod the only one that can say stuff like that, and it'd be hard.
Wait, how did Eeyore have a 9? Talking about Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh?
No, he's an Igor.
Fuck the pie, I want the whole bakery. These rappers tired, I swear they need to take a knee. But we gon' take the city while you catch your breath. And if my king's return, you'll get put to death. One body, one doctrine, and one aim. It was all fun and games till the flood came. Till the dubs came,
right.
We couldn't start again. 1969, we building this ark again. Wait for the darkness to commence. Love niggas in the field, fuck them niggas on the field.
Right. I ain't got no time.
You now listen to the smooth sounds of this music.
What if there's another verse? I just went to Christ. Bullshit. Oh, boy.
Now listen to the smooth sound of this music.
I'm gonna need Virgin out of here. Hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that one, and this one over here.
All right. Keep that bookmark.
Now listen to the smooth sound. Look at that nice music.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Oh man, hold up.
Handle that.
We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, and we've been teaching the truth since 1969 that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speak of. Right, and today is I.S.U.P.K. Monday history class. Right, and our topic today is the validity of Christ,
Right.
the validation of Christ, right? Because as we look around, a lot of people say that Christ wasn't a real person, that he never lived. Same thing with Moses. They say Moses was a real person and never lived. But the Bible is a real book. It's a real book about a certain people, right? What gives them all the mysticism about it is the Christian church and other people trying to put themselves in our book, right? That's what gives everybody the mysticism of the Bible. It's not magic, you know what I mean? It's not magic. It deals with the instruction of the Most High, and the instructions of the Most High went from Adam, right, and then it went to Seth, and then Noah got it. Then Noah got it. It went through a generation. Just like if you would teach your son something, and then you teach his son something that you taught him. It's that simple. And it went down all the way down to Moses, right? And then it kept going, and it just kept going. And that's just something that we have in our culture, right? Just like other cultures pass down things to the people in their lineage, we do the same exact thing. Right, it's just because our God, the Lord God of Israel, the one that we serve, is a real power. He's a living God, right? So he tells us something that's going to happen, and it happens, right? These idols that the other nations worship are just idols. They're not real. They're not living power. Give me that in Luke 168.
Come on.
168. I gotta turn this AC down a little bit. It's getting a little hot.
There you are. It's all good.
It started already.
We in that furnace already.
Yep.
168.
I gotta give you some ice.
You want me to go ahead and read that?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says right here, Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
The what?
The Lord God of Israel.
Why?
For he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
Keep start that over.
Come. Luke chapter 1, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
The Lord God of who?
Israel.
See, Israelites have their own God. And this is in the New Testament, isn't it?
Come.
Right? So how is God for everybody when it says, just say it again?
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
It says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel. Not everybody. The blessed be the Lord God of Israel. Keep going, huh?
Come. For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
He did what?
Visited and redeemed his people.
And that's what you're seeing right now. That's why the I.S.U.P.K. is out. That's why the I.S.U.P.K. is out here in every city in the world, right? All over the world, every city in America, and we are teaching your brothers the truth, and we are bringing back the Lord's nation. That is what we're doing. We're bringing back the Lord's nation. Keep going, Art.
Oh God. and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us.
For who?
For us.
For who?
For us.
And y'all know who that is. That's Christ, man. That's I.S.U.P.K Mashiach. He's the horn of salvation for us. He's the one who came to save Israelites, right?
Right.
That's who came. He's the one who came to save Israelites. He gave his life so we can have a second and third and fourth chance with the Most High.
Right.
We done had so many chances with the Most High. That's that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what we're talking about. Read that one more time.
Okay. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel. For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
He did what?
Visited and redeemed his people.
Yeah, that's what you're seeing today. That's what you're seeing today. This is Bible prophecy that we're here today teaching class for the I.S.U.P.K. This is Bible prophecy. Keep going.
That's right. It says, for he had visited and redeemed his people. And hath raised up a horn of salvation for us.
For who?
For us.
For everybody.
For us.
No, for us, for the Israelites. He raised up a horn of salvation for the Israelites.
That's right.
You Hispanics and Native Americans, man. That's who Christ came to. That's who Christ. That's who he lifted up Christ for. That's who the Father lifted up Christ for.
Right.
For the Israelites, man. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Not everybody, man. Quit giving everybody your inheritance, man. Everybody don't deserve. Everybody needs saving on this planet. Everybody don't need the Most High. Everybody don't need the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Right.
You need the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Because when you don't have them, you are first in high blood pressure, first in diabetes, first in AIDS and things like that. You the one that think that you belong in everybody else's school, and nobody believes that they belong in your school. They want to separate from you, and you want to be right there with them. That's why you need the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, so you can know what's right from wrong.
Damn right.
It starts with you. And once you get your head right, the Most High is going to deliver everybody into your hands like he would like it's supposed to be. But you have to get your head right first, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Is that it for us, right?
Continues.
No, that's it. That's all I want.
Concert.
All right, well. So Christ has been here from the beginning, man. Christ has been here from the beginning in spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's been here from the beginning. Christ has been here 5 different times. Right? Does anybody, well, ain't nobody else here. Does anybody know how many times Christ has been here? Or who was he in the past? All right.
Multiple times.
Do you know who he was?
I don't want to say just straight up say it, but I know there's a couple.
Go ahead.
Adam. Solomon. Who else?
Isaac. Melchizedek. And he was Christ. All right. So first he was Adam, then he came as Isaac. Then he came as he came as Melchizedek next, and then he came as Isaac, right? And then he came as King Solomon, and then he came as Yahushua Mashiach, man.
Damn, what a legendary lineage to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to say big up to Christ for being the staple of this truth from the beginning.
Right, from the beginning.
And being the man to raise up our brothers that we see in this school today.
Matter of fact, before we start, give me Psalms 40.
Come.
And start at verse 6. We're gonna prove that Christ was here from the beginning, right?
Come.
Then give me John 1:1. I'm happy to be back.
Damn right.
I'm excited to be back. You know what I mean?
Hey, I gotta say big up to Officer Kabar for fighting his battle. It's, with the Most High, in the scriptures, if I could, no matter what the audience is physically, we know the audience spiritually is, abundant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when we do that, when we out here teaching, we must always keep track of the fact that angels is watching every move that we make.
Right.
Teaching classes, holding camp, building up a camp, building up the signs for camp, studying for the classes. All this stuff is a step in the right direction and what builds a kingdom. And it takes sacrifice, and we're gonna go through hardships, but the fact that we continue to follow through no matter what, that's what this brotherhood is all about. And I gotta say that inspires other brothers that continue to put in the work no matter what.
Right.
So big up to Officer Kabar here for coming back and teaching class after everything that he's been dealing with. Those that know, they know, and if those don't, just hey, it's between him and the Most High and the brothers that he's counseled with about it. So I'm just glad that you're still staying like Zero said. Still staying.
I'm gonna stay standing, man. As long as I'm standing with the Most High, man, it's all. As long as I'm standing with the Most High, man, he got his arms around me, man.
Most High in Christ.
You got that for me?
Come on, sir. We had Psalm chapter 40, verse, what was it, 6?
Yes, sir.
Sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire.
So we didn't desire our sacrifices and offering. So when we sinned, we were supposed to give a sacrifice and offering, and we didn't desire it. We didn't want to do it, right? But we wanted to sin. But we didn't want to get punished for it. It's just like now. We want to do the drugs. We want to do we want to do the drugs. We want to do everything up under the sun, right? To sin against the Most High.
Right.
But then when the Most High punish us, we don't want to take that punishment. Oh Lord, no, oh Lord. First person you call on is the Lord, but then as soon as you good and he bring you back from whatever situation you was in, you go right back to sinning.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Come on. Mine ears hast thou opened. Burnt offering and sin offering hast thou not required.
Right. Keep going.
Then said I, lo, I come.
Right. So under Christ, the burnt offering and sin offering, that's not required. Right. That's not required under Christ. You don't have to give an offering for your sin under Christ. Keep going.
Then said I, lo, I come. In the volume of the book.
He said, wait. Start that over.
It says, then said I, lo,
right,
I come.
Right. Christ, he says, Christ come, right? Come on.
In the volume of the book, it is written of me.
In the volume of the book, it is written of me. The whole Bible is about Christ. Just like you do things and you give it to your just like you buy things like a house and you leave it to your children.
Yeah.
That's the same thing the Most High do. That's the same thing the Most High do. The Most High made this world for us to rule it under Christ, under Yahushua Mashiach, under our King. That's what the Most High did, and he wrote a book about it.
Damn right.
And then he put us in it. Because he loved us that much. Give me John 1:1.
Come.
We gotta run through this quick, man, because I want to get to Commander Journey Hana.
Come, sir. Yeah, that class gonna be fire.
Yeah, it is fire. Yeah.
St. John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the word.
Read it right. It was the word, right?
In the beginning was the word.
Right. So in the beginning was the word, was God's laws, right? Go ahead.
And the word was with God.
And the word was the word was with power.
Oh, you want me to say power?
Yeah.
Sir.
Go ahead.
And the word was with power. And the word was power. The same was in the beginning with power.
Right.
All things were made by him.
By him? Go ahead.
And without him was not anything that was made.
Right. Talking about Christ. Without Christ and without the Most High spoke it. Christ and Christ and the angels did the work. Right? Christ and the angels did the work. Now read that in regular how it's written.
St. John chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the word.
Yes. And
the word was with God.
Yeah, and the word was with God. The word was with the Most High. Go ahead.
And the word was God.
And the word was power, was authority. Right? Keep going.
The same was in the beginning with God.
The same was in the beginning with the Most High. Go ahead.
All things were made by him.
Right.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
And when it says with him, it's talking about Christ. It's talking about Christ because Christ is all power and authority, right?
Right.
The Most High gave him all power and authority. He rules over all. Like Romans 9, I want to say it's like 5, maybe 6. Because Christ is over all. Right? And Israelites rule over all the other nations. And Christ rules over all the Israelites and the angels. All right?
Concert.
All right. All right, from there, let's go ahead and get into the lesson. Give me Hebrews 5 and 12.
Come. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For when for the time ye ought to be teachers.
Right. So this is for anybody that wants to teach, right? All those that want to teach, right? So when it's your time to teach, right? Because we all want to be teachers. That's what we all want to do. But when it's come your time to teach, keep going.
Come. Ye have need that one teach you again.
Right. So okay, start it over.
For when for the time ye ought to be teachers.
So when it comes to that time where you're gonna teach, right? Because there's gonna be a time where you want to be a teacher, you want to go out and prophesy towards the wind, right? Keep going.
Ye have need that one teach you again.
You have to be taught again because what you learned in the world, what you learned with these other religions are not real. It's not the truth. What's the truth is out of this Bible. And that goes for Christian pastors too. Christian pastors think, oh, I don't need to be taught that, but they go to theology school. They don't go to the school to know the Bible.
Right.
They go to school to know theology. It's a difference. Keep going.
Come. Says, ye have need that one teach you again.
You have to be taught. You have to be taught again. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
See, so would that be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High? That's the first principles of it. So when you want to be a teacher, you have to be taught again, right? Like a little baby. And you got to be trash all that stuff out of the you got to take all that trash that you learned in the world, and you have to become a new body, a new person.
Right.
Keep going.
And are become as such, and are become such as have need of milk.
Right. Just like a baby needs milk from a mother's breast, needs to be suckled, you need the milk of the Bible.
Right.
You need the simple things of the Bible. Right. And then keep going.
And not of strong meat.
You do not need to know the deep down mysteries of the Bible just yet. First, you need to get the milk of the Bible. You need to understand a couple of things that's simple in the Bible,
right?
And then you can learn the difficult things in the Bible. Because if you don't know the simple things, if you can't understand the simple things of the Bible, how are you ever going to teach? How are you ever going to teach reincarnation out of the Bible if you don't even know that Christ was here before, right? First, you have to know. You don't even know who Christ came and died for. But you want to know about reincarnation,
right?
You know what I mean? How are you going to get that? How are you going to understand that? And Captain Tazariak says it all the time. The Bible is the only thing that people could pick up and just say, "Oh, I know it," because they pick up and read it. Like they don't have to be taught. Like they don't have to be taught things out of the Bible.
Right.
You go to it take you 12 some odd years to become a doctor, right? And you go over books, right? But then you can go pick up the Bible and just get to reading it and be like, I know everything in here. Go ahead, Doc.
All of the major colleges over the years, Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, all of those universities were started under one idea, and that idea was that you would go to this school to learn how to read the Bible. All the education system, all the colleges were founded on the idea of them wanting to learn how to read this book. And this is people in college that created the most so-called pristine colleges in the whole world, Yale and them. You know what I'm talking about? Like all of those Ivy League colleges, they started off the foundation of teaching and trying to figure out how to read this book. So if it was like that for them when those colleges were made, how are you going to go in there and read the book one time and listen to your pastor teach?
Right.
Read a couple scriptures here and there and then talk about forgiveness and and paying the tithes to the church for 2 hours straight and singing and dancing.
Right.
They put in all that work at these colleges like Cambridge and them, but you think that you're a master of this book? No, you ought to be taught again, just like everybody that comes into our school learns.
And really, they can't be a master of this book because this is the black man's book.
That's right.
And you don't even understand how black men talk.
Right.
If I tell you, oh, I need some cheese, you're going to think I need to go to the store. I need some bread, you're going to think I need to go to the store. But when I tell another black man, I need some bread, they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. Because if I need some bread, I just say I need some bread. And they know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
But if I say, man, I need some bread, they know what I'm talking about.
Concert.
I think we're done with that. That's the end of that one, right?
Concert, yeah.
Give me Isaiah 1:1. Oh, Isaiah 1:3.
Con.
Let me see where you at. I think that's what it is. Because right after that, we're gonna go to Isaiah 28.
You said Isaiah 1 and 3?
Isaiah 1:3. Let me see what let me see what it says.
1 and 3, that's the ox knoweth
Yep.
his owner.
I knew it. That's what I want.
All right. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The ox knoweth his owner.
The ox knoweth his owner. Yeah. Ox is an animal, and the ox know who owns them, right? Keep
That's
going.
Right. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
The ass knows what?
His ass, the ass his master's crib.
Yeah, so an ass is a donkey. It's not a very smart animal, but it's a very strong animal.
That's right.
But even the ox know his master's crib, right?
Right.
To all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, what's a crib? Is it talking about a crib like where a baby sleep?
It's talking about a house, right?
Or we're talking about like a crib like where you tell your pot, hey, I'm finna go to the crib.
Con.
Right? Who else talk like that? Who else talks like that? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Mikasa. Right? I used to think, right. You know, a lot outside is slang. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until like a couple of months ago, maybe. I was like, oh snap! But most of what there's a way of speaking English correctly, right? And there's a way of speaking English like Ebonics. Is that what it's called, like slang?
Like Ebonics, yeah.
Right. So there's a way of speaking Spanish correctly, and there's a way of speaking Ebonics Spanish, slang Spanish. Right. And then there's a way of speaking Hebrew, and there's a way of speaking Lashawan Kodash.
Which is the original. Yeah,
which is an original, but it's still slang. It's like it's still like a slang, like they use slang words.
Simplified it.
Right. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Keep going though.
Come. But Israel doth not know.
Israel what?
Doth not know.
Israel does not know who owns her, which is to be Christ in the Most High. Right. Israel does not know where they should go to get their salvation. They think they need to go to Christian church. They think they need to go to the Muslim mosque. They think they need to go be a Buddhist, Pan-Africanist, right? But really, they need the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Right. That's what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need. That's what Israelites need, right? And that's what Christ was bringing to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the whole time he was here.
Damn right.
And for some black people to say that Christ didn't Christ didn't even exist, how dare ye? How dare you? The only black man that ever cared about you outside of I.S.U.P.K and Commander General Yohana, right? He gave his life for you. You wouldn't be able to say that about him if Christ didn't die on that cross. Mm-hmm. So how dare you speak about that man like that? You're a king. I bet you won't talk crazy about Prince. What's his name? Harry or whatever. Richie. I don't know. I don't even concern myself with them about the so-called Edomite royal family and all these other because that's their culture, right? I am the royal. We are the royal family.
That's right. That's
what we are in I.S.U.P.K. And Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are all royalty under Christ, man. That's all I want on that. Give me Isaiah 28.
Come on.
Give me 9.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
This is a question. Who is he going to teach knowledge to? Who is the Most High going to teach knowledge to? Who is the Most High gonna teach this Bible to? Who is the Most High gonna his doctrine to?
Right.
Right? Is it Joel Osteen? It's Commander General Yohana, man. And Commander General Yohana does an excellent job in teaching his generals and teaching his captains and officers and troopers and do a great job. A great job. Keep going on.
Come on. And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Uh-huh.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Wait, there's that milk word again. There's the wean from the milk because you have to go back to a baby again.
Right. You
can't be taking everything out the world and bringing it into the I.S.U.P.K. and think you're gonna learn everything, learn the full mysticism and mysteries of it.
Right.
Right, because you have to let go of the old person in the old world and become a new being and become a new creature in Christ. That's what you have to do. You have to lay all those old things and become like a baby again and drink the milk of the Bible. Keep going.
Come on. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Yeah, like a baby. You have to become a baby again. Keep going.
For precept must be upon precept.
That's how precept must be upon precept, right? Keep going.
Precept upon precept. Line upon line.
Right.
Line upon line.
Right.
Here a little and there a little.
Right. Here a little and there a little. So you're going to read it over here. You're going to read it over there. And you're going to put the pieces and the puzzles together. And it's going to only take years and years and years of studying, man. Years and years and years of being taught. Years and years and years of asking questions. You can't just come overnight and get it. It's not going to be overnight, man.
Right.
It's not going to be overnight.
Come.
And I know how. And if you're going to try to learn everything overnight, you're just going to exhaust yourself, and you're not going to retain any of the information. All right. So you got to get your precept books in order. You got to keep your precept books and all that. Start that over. Give me Psalms 147 and 19.
Come on.
But hold that Isaiah 28:9 and give me the first couple lines of Isaiah 28:9.
Come on. Did you want me to get that first or Psalm first?
Isaiah 28:9 first.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Right.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Right. No, keep going. My bad.
Them that are weaned from the milk,
right,
and drawn from the breast.
Keep going.
For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept.
Yep.
Line upon line.
Yep.
Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Here's an example. Give me Isaiah 28:9 again.
Come on.
28:9 Isaiah.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Right.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Right. Keep going.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Now give me Isaiah. Give me that
Psalm 147 verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Now this is precept upon precept, man. Isaiah asked the question. Psalms is going to answer it. Keep going.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
That's who he's going to teach knowledge. Jacob, right? Which is you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Keep going.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right. That's how you get the knowledge, right? That's how you know things, right? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Then you'll know that the Most High is a real living being, right? Keep going.
Right. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with any nation, right?
Right.
Keep going.
As for his judgments, they have not known them.
Right. So that's precept upon precept, right? Now we're going to get some precepts upon precept. Give me Jeremiah 14:1.
Okay.
Is it 14:1? Yeah. Give me 14:1.
Okay.
Now we're finna go into some more precepts because we have to dispel everything that's in your mind about Christ. You know, they say Christ was a white man. They say all the Jews are white, which is not. Hit me. See me one more time. All right. Right? They say that Christ is a so-called Edomite, right? Which is not true. And that picture of that they put up there to be Christ is a real man named Caesar Borgia. He's not a real. You know what? I'm going to do a class about him next week.
Yeah,
because I got some info about him. He is not. He was a real person that lived, right? And that is not a real depiction of what Christ looks like, right? But Christ was an Israelite, right? John the Baptist was Christ's cousin. Christ had brothers and sisters, right? But so if that picture of Christ is white, right, or is a so-called Edomite, then everybody else in the nation of Israel must be an Edomite. But now we're going to dispel these things right now. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 1. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah concerning the dearth. Verse 2. Judah mourneth,
right,
and the gates thereof languish.
Right.
They are black unto the ground.
They're what?
They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Okay, so we all remember Nick Cannon saying that the Jews are black, right?
Right.
That's what this scripture right here just said, that the real Jews are black, because Judah is the real is the fourth son of Israel.
Right.
Right. So Judah is a tribe. That's where the word Jew comes from. It's slang word, like we use slang. It's slang. Right. So when they say Jew, a Jew is short for Judah, right? And that's you blacks, that's you Negroes that's here in America. Now keep going though. Not keep going. Go back to 2.
Come, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
So Judah's in mourning. You blacks, you Negroes that are in America are in mourning, right? That's why we made a whole genre of music over mourning called blues. That's how much we mourn. We made a whole genre of music called the blues, right? And all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans got the blues. Trust me. We got the blues at some point in our life, some point in our time. We got the blues, and we put that music on. Keep going, Art.
And the gates thereof languish.
Now, if you have a house, right, and you have a gate up all the way around your house, what is that to do?
Protect your house.
That is to do what?
To protect your house.
All right, that is to protect your house, right? That is to keep all of the intruders from coming into your house, right?
Right.
Right, and it says that, and the gates thereof languish, right? So Judah has gates up, but our gates aren't working. So we don't have no protection, right? So this is talking about our black leaders, like our Christian pastors, our Muslim imams, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, TD Snakes, Gitmo Dollars. It was Eddie Long before the Lord struck him down.
Right.
Who else? Our rappers. They say our rappers and entertainers are leaders, right? They don't do that with no other. They don't do that with no other race except blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans that put our entertainers as leaders for us, right? And then they put Commander General Yohana to the back. When Commander General Yohana is the best leader for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because he's the only one that cares, man. He's the only one that cares. Keep going, Art.
Come. And the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. That means we're different shades of brown, man. But then that black is also a descriptive word, man, meaning always in suffering. That's why we call blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or that's why we call them all black, because they're always in mourning. Keep going.
Come. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up, man. We cry all the time, and the Most High is hearing that. The Most High is just waiting for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to get their self right, and then He's coming for us. He's coming. He's sending Christ and those angels, and they're gonna crack that sky, and they're gonna come. They're coming for us. They're gonna come get us from out of every nation under heaven. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come get us out of every nation under heaven, and they're gonna bring us back together and put us in our own land. Then we see what book out here has real prophecy in it. Keep going, Art.
Come. And that's verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And their nobles have sent their little ones to the waters.
Right. So when it says their noble ones, the higher ups have sent the little ones to the water, right? They sent us to the water. Keep going.
And they came to the pits and found no water.
So they sent us to the water when there was no water, right? Keep going.
Slide. They returned with their vessels empty.
Right. We came back with no water. Why are you sending us out there to go march, Martin Luther King, and we coming back empty-handed? Right. And what, 60 years later, we're still marching. And we still coming back up empty-handed. And right after you march for one dead brother, they kill another brother or another sister. You be marching for killing. You be marching. You be out there marching, right? Protesting about them killing one brother, and they'll kill another brother while you out there protesting. Empty-handed. Keep going.
Come on. They returned with their vessels empty.
Mm-hmm.
They were ashamed and confounded and covered their heads.
They was what?
They're ashamed and confounded and covered their heads.
Give me Isaiah 45 and 17. Right?
Come on.
Give me Isaiah 45 and 17.
Get that right quick.
So the Christian church always says, "Oh, we saved, right?" But it says they come back and they're ashamed and confounded.
Yeah, right.
Right. But this is what happens when you're saved. Go ahead, Art.
No, you good.
I know you need to grab a highlighter because
Nah, it's actually right there.
Oh my bad. My bad.
No, I got this one highlighted already.
Go ahead.
It says Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Right.
You shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
You shouldn't be what?
Ashamed nor confounded.
World
without end.
And that's another cut to the world. To the world. They said Israel is the world without end.
Yeah, I'm right.
Not everybody in the earth. It says Israel is the world without end. Israel is a world of its own. Don't nobody suffer like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Don't nobody go through what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans go through. We are separate from everybody else in our own. So let them be their own world, and then we are our own world. So that's the world that Christ was talking to. Now hold that and go back to Jeremiah 14 and 3.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 3. And nobles have sent their little ones to the waters. They came to the pits and found water. They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded and covered their heads.
Right. Now give me Isaiah 45 and 17.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Right.
World without end.
Keep going. Not world. Say it again. Not world. Not ashamed nor confounded.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Right.
World without end.
Man, did you see how that precept worked? Precept upon precept.
That's right.
You see that?
Yeah. So if I could
go ahead.
What you're saying is, where we were in mourning, when Judah mourned, when our gates were languished, we didn't have a plan for salvation. We didn't have our culture and our identity to stand up for, to keep our protection,
right? To
keep us from being ashamed and confounded.
Yeah, so we were ashamed and confounded. But then in Isaiah 45 and 17, it's telling us that we're going to be saved with an everlasting salvation, and we're not going to be ashamed and confounded no more.
Right. And what's crazy is this was actually said before Jeremiah.
That's Bible prophecy, Art.
Right. That's
Bible prophecy, because that's happening nowadays. Well, that happened in the past where we were ashamed and confounded. We're not ashamed and confounded no more, because the I.S.U.P.K is here to stand up for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, doing our job. We are the watchmen. We are doing what we're supposed to do. Don't go over there. Don't do that. Don't marry this type of Don't marry the outside of your nation. Don't be eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster.
Right.
Stop smoking weeds. Don't be smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean? We are the watchmen. We are telling people what to do and what not to do. Quit. Stop worshiping other guys. Don't celebrate 4th of July, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. We are the watchmen. We are the watchmen. But do we get the respect of being a watchman? No. But some people give us our respect. You don't be out there, camp. You know,
yeah.
at camp, the Most High always sends angels for us. You know, always send angels for us. That was the end of 3, right?
Concert.
Give me Song of Solomon Song of Solomon chapter 1. You can start at verse 5. And Solomon got game, man. Solomon got the coldest game for anybody ever, man. Solomon got a whole book on the Song of Solomon, just spitting game and teaching game to spitting that game.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Solomon was something else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Khan. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
I am black,
right,
but comely.
He's what?
I am black, but comely.
He's black and beautiful.
Right.
He's black and beautiful. That's what we used to say back in the 60s, black and beautiful, right?
Right.
So that's what Solomon just said. Solomon said he's black, but comely, right? He's black and beautiful. Black and handsome. Right? Keep going.
Oh, ye daughters of Jerusalem.
Yeah, right. So he's talking to the daughters of Jerusalem. Like, yeah. I told you Solomon got a game. Go ahead.
Wow, man. That's what he's like. Yeah. He says, as the tents of Kedar.
Right. He's as the tents of Kedar, man, because Kedar is like a Hebrew like slang word term for black. So he's like, yeah, I'm blacker than black. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm black and beautiful. I'm blacker than black. Yeah, I'm black, y'all.
And I'm black.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's like, I'm handsome. You know what I'm talking about? Keep going.
Come. It says, as the curtains of Solomon.
Right, as the curtains of Solomon, right? So you have curtains in your room in your house, right? What is that? What does the curtains do in your house?
To dim the light.
It do what?
It's supposed to dim the light.
No, what does it do? It blocks the light. It blocks the sun, and your room could be pitch black in the middle of the day.
Right.
That's how dark Solomon was.
You seen the picture of him.
Right. He's descriptive, but he's describing it like somebody with game. Like he ain't just saying, yeah, I'm dark and I'm this, I'm that. No. He said, yeah, I'm darker than the curtains of Solomon. You know what I'm talking about? And like, you feel me?
Right.
He's giving a description about it. Like he's painting a picture for you. Keep going.
It says, look not upon me because I am black.
Right.
Because the sun had looked upon me.
Right. So for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, when you spend too much time in the sun, you get dark, right? Like I was just talking to my sister yesterday, and she said I used to have a summer color and a winter color because I used to be outside all the time playing and stuff in the summertime.
That's true.
He's like, I used to be 2-3 shades darker. She's like, I used to be almost green. That I was that dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, for real? She's like, yeah, I used to have a summer color and a winter color. Keep going.
Come. Look not upon me because I am black.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sun had looked upon me.
Right.
My mother's children were angry with me.
Right.
They made me the keeper of the vineyards.
Right. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. Keep going.
But my own vineyard have I not kept.
Right. Jump down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of with rows of jewels.
He said what?
Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
I'm gonna smile for him. You know what I mean? Solomon had jewels in his teeth. He had gold teeth. That's what Solomon had. Solomon had gold teeth. Keep going.
Come. Thy neck with chains of gold.
I'm gonna just do it. Solomon had what?
Thy neck with chains of gold.
I'm gonna just do it like this for him. You know what I mean? Because yeah. So when brothers go get gold teeth, right, and they go get gold chains, right, we can't fault them for that. They're doing what's in their DNA, man. That's what the black community. I mean, not the black community. The conscious community always want to talk about the DNA. They just doing what's in there. They just doing what's in their spirit. Let's say that. They just doing what's in their spirits. Right? They got gold teeth because it's in their spirit, man. We've always had gold teeth, and we've always had diamonds and jewels. They said when they found the Native Americans had rubies and stuff that was intertwined into their clothing.
Right.
right?
That's crazy. It's like nothing. It's just everyday
Yeah,
life. You
just
know?
everyday life to wear jewels in your clothing.
Right.
I haven't been blessed like that to wear jewels in my clothing. Now that's hot. You know, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's hot. I'm pretty sure their jackets and whatever they was wearing, but them shits was hot. You know what I mean? And I know there's so-called there's gonna be a Edomite man somewhere that's gonna watch this class and be like, so their shirts were hot. Oh, they're gonna think like they were hot. Why didn't they just take their shirts off? Their shirts were hot. Like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you feel me? Like it's crazy to me.
Take it too literal.
Yeah, they take it too literal. We be like, yeah, them shit's hot. If you're hot, take your shirt off, man. No, it's just hot. Like, dude, talking about it's a nice shirt. You have to be so like it's crazy.
That's right.
It's crazy. Give me verse 10 again.
Verse 10. Cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
Uh-huh. So that cheeks a common roll of jewels. I'm gonna just smile for him.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Right. They're what?
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Right. And this ain't even all my chains, fuel chains. I only got like 3 on. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't got none on. Man. I gotta give me some more, man.
All right. So since we did Solomon right there, right? Now we're gonna go to Christ. Give me Revelation 1:1.
Come on.
Now we're gonna show them about Christ, man.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
We're gonna bust them down. We still got an article. Man, we still got an article. I still got a couple scriptures to go through after that.
Come on, sir. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Wait. Say that again.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now, what does the word revelation mean? What is the root word of revelation?
Revealed.
To what?
The reveal.
So put the revealing of Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
The revealing of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Why does it have to be revealed? Because it's covered up from you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What Christ really looked like, who Christ really was. It's covered up.
Right.
It's covered up because they say that Christ was a so-called Edomite when Christ was a black man like you and me and my brother Ayalawan here too. Go ahead, Art.
You know what this does? The revealing of Jesus Christ is so important. People think, oh, this is just a really basic class. No, this is a very important class to really hit home on because revealing Jesus Christ is revealing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man.
Right.
It reveals what you're supposed to be so that you're not ashamed or confounded in the way that you live your life.
Right.
If you say something that somebody doesn't agree with and they try to slander you for it, you're not supposed to apologize if it goes for your culture. You shouldn't be ashamed to say something that's correct in this society, no matter what people try to say to come up against you.
I knew he was going to find a way to.
Yeah, the segue. Hey, revealing Christ is revealing the truth, and knowing the truth is what keeps you from being ashamed and confounded.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I knew he was going. I knew he was going to leave the rest of committed jury Honda.
That's right. It all ties together. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. He knew the baby was going to apologize. I knew the baby was going to apologize.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're confounded.
He's supposed to be so gangster, but he ain't gangster when them LGBT people come.
I'm right.
You ain't too gangster then. Like Nick Cannon always wanted to say that he tough and this that. He wasn't tough with them Jews.
Shut down Wild and Out.
Yeah, shut down Wild and Out, boy. He wasn't tough no more. Right. I mean, I'm not even gonna get on that, man, because I'm not here to disrespect no brothers. Go ahead.
That's right. All right, con. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of Yahweh,
right, and
of the testimony.
Wait. Go back to number 2.
Verse 2, who bear record of the word of Yahweh.
Right. He bore record of it. Just like we're bearing record of the word of God, right? By keeping law, statutes, and commandments. He bear record of it just like that. Keep going.
Come. And of the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
And so, wait. The what?
And of the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
He was there walking with Christ. So how is Christ not a real person if there was people that walked with him?
Right.
How was he not real? He's just not real because Christ gives you something to live up to.
Right.
And you don't want to live up to anything but your own lust. That's the only thing that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans want to live up to is their own lust and do whatever they want to do. They don't want to do what the Most High tell them to do. Right? Keep going, Art.
Come. To show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of Yahweh,
right,
and of the testimony of Yahweh Shai,
right,
and of all the things that he saw,
right.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Wait, and of all the things that, say that last part again.
And of all the things that he saw.
So he saw everything that Christ was seeing. He was there. He was there with Christ. So when Christ got crucified, he was there. He was like, oh man, he's seen these things with his own eyes. Keep going.
Come. Blessed is he that readeth.
Right. He said, blessed is he that readeth. So if you're reading this and you understanding this, man, the Lord is going to bless you.
Right.
Keep going.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Right. And when you hear the words of this prophecy, man, the Lord bless you. Not like you sneeze,
right.
But like the Lord's is blessing you with these words. Keep going.
And keep those things which are written therein.
Right. So don't ever let go of what John is telling you, what Christ is telling you, what they're about to tell you. Don't ever let go of these things. Keep going.
For the time is at hand.
Right.
Come.
Jump down to 9.
Verse 9. I, John, who also am your brother.
He's what?
I, John, who also am your brother.
Yeah, John is a brother just like you. John is a brother just like you. Keep going.
And companion in tribulation.
Hey, what?
Companion in tribulation.
He goes through tribulation just like you. Just like you. You homeless, John was homeless. You go to jail, John was in jail. You be hungry, John was hungry. You ain't got no money in your pocket, John didn't have no money in his pocket. Just like you. You was getting persecuted by the Romans. John, you was getting persecuted by Americans. John's getting persecuted by Romans. Same people.
Right.
John was getting pushed around by centurions, and you pushed around by police. Same thing. Keep going. All right.
Come. And in the kingdom and patience of Yahweh Shai.
Right. So he was a companion in that too, right? Because he needed Christ just like you need Christ. Keep going.
Was in the isle that is called Patmos,
right? For
the word of Yahweh and for the testimony of Yahweh Shai,
right? He was hated just like you're hated by everybody for loving Christ. Keep going. Right?
Verse 10.
But you know who's not hated for loving Christ? So-called loving Christ is Christians. Everybody loves a Christian, right? Everybody loves a Christian. How can they say they're Christ-like? You don't get hated like Christ got hated. Back then, everybody hated Christ. Now everybody so-called loves Christ.
Right.
Get out of here. You just love to do what you want to do and think Christ is okay with that. But you'll see when Christ come back. Go ahead.
Verse 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet.
He heard behind him a great voice as of a trumpet. So Christ talked loud like a black man, just like you, black man. Keep going, Art.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
He said what?
I am Alpha and Omega.
He's the first and the last. That's in the Greek alphabet. The first and the last. Keep going.
The first and the last.
My bad. And keep going.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
It says, well, he told John, what you see, man, write this down. So if anybody ever told you to write something down, it was very important.
Right.
They gave you an address. Hey, make sure you come here tomorrow. Write this address down.
Right.
Nowadays they don't tell you to write it down. They say I'm gonna text it to you, that way you can have it.
Right.
But he told John, he said, write this down, man. Bear a record of this, man. Write this and make this a record. Write this in a book. Keep going.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia.
And he didn't say, he didn't say, know the truth and then hold it to yourself. No, he said, send it to the 7 churches that are in Asia. Send it to the 7 schools. Send it to the schools and send it to all the schools in the I.S.U.P.K. That's what he said. Send it. Go ahead.
Unto Ephesus,
unto
Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira,
right?
I don't know how to say it.
Right.
And unto Sardis,
right?
And unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea, And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
Stop. Say that one more time.
And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
And some people say that this was a vision. It's not a vision, man. He said, I turned and to see who was talking to me. Like, who is this? Like, this sounds just like Christ. But I know he did. But who is this talking to me? And he turned and seemed to like, oh snap. Go ahead.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
Right. He saw the menorah. He saw a menorah, man. That's another artifact of Israelite history.
Right.
Keep going.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Man, he said that looked just like Yahushua Mashiach.
Right.
That's looked just like him, the one I used to walk with.
Right.
Because I know what he looked like because I used to walk with him.
Right.
I used to talk with him. We sat down, broke bread, drank wine, and we used to talk all the time. I used to talk and walk with this. I know him. That looked just like him, but he's supposed to be dead. Keep going.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot. And girt about the paps.
So he had a garment down to the foot, a bad garment down to the foot. And keep going. My bad.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Right. He had a golden war belt on, man. That was fully golden, man, because we used to wear golden we used to wear like war belts that protect somebody if somebody tried to thrust a sword through your body. Right here is where all your internal organs at. You know what I mean? So if somebody hit in there, man, you get the bleeding. It's like you don't know where you're bleeding from.
Right.
Keep going. I'm not keep going. What's up?
Slakia, I was just gonna add to it. When you talking about Christ, our King, and the style and austerity that he walked with, he's wearing a garment down to the foot. And when people say things about the way that brothers in the I.S.U.P.K dress, when they see the garments that we wear, it confounds them at first. They're like, "What are you doing wearing these clothes, these dresses, this apparel? I can't even describe what it is."
Hold on,
this is the same type of.
Hold on 1 second. Power Rangers. Keep going.
Right. He's like, "Oh, you look like you on Mortal Kombat or something, right?
Right.
You look like you Scorpion or what's still Sub-Zero over here." Christ wore that type of gear. He wore a golden girdle around his paps, like the same way you would big somebody up if they went in and they had a championship belt around their waist.
Right.
You give them props. You see that is a sign of strength. Christ is wearing warlike apparel all the way down to the foot, a glorious garment with a girt about the paps because he's ready for war. This is how when John the Revelator turned and seen him. That is what he saw. That is what he bore record of and wrote in his book and sent to the churches. It said, look, that's what I saw. I saw Christ going hardcore, wearing the culture, looking like an Israelite. That's how he's supposed to be. Right. So when we wearing that kind of clothes, it's just simply a part of our culture that we're not ashamed of. And we're not confounded because we understand that it is written in this book that we are supposed to dress this way.
Right. That's just like rocking your fringes, man.
That's right.
That's part of your culture. Right, nobody ever says anything about Asians when they want to wear their they little silk robes or their samurai suits or whatever they want to wear, right? Right, nobody ever says anything when the Arabs want to wear their little their robes and nobody ever says anything about them. But as soon as you start wearing something about your culture, black man, everybody got to say something. Knowing your garment bad. Knowing your garment is the coldest thing out there right now. You got fur on it, and you got belts, and you got spikes on. You out here looking at headbands, looking glorious, and they looking at you funny like you because you're not dressing like in a suit. because you're not wearing a suit like the so-called oppressor, because you got your own culture. You got your own heritage, black man. Right?
That's right.
Hell.
Put.
So the hell with them, man.
Con.
Put on your culture, man. Put on your heritage. Keep going on.
And I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot,
right,
and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Right, he had a golden war belt. He had a garment on, man. Looking bad. Keep going, Art.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair is white like what?
Like wool.
So a sheep's wool, right?
Right.
The sheep have woolly fur, or woolly texture.
Yeah.
Like a hair on their body, right?
That's right.
What is it? What is it called? Like what is it?
They're called naps.
Naps, right? Kinky.
Yeah. Kinky.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They have like air, like froze. Right? That's what they. So when it says white like wool, right? That's what they call our hair. Kinky, nappy. Or when we pick it out and it looked like sheep's wool.
Right.
But Christ had white woolly hair, right?
Right.
White woolly hair. And he wasn't even that old. Right? So he was stressed about something. Well, wasn't stressed, but he knew he was looking at his people out here, and he was like, man, like they came from being this strong with Solomon and King David to being the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
They want Romans' help. Instead of looking towards looking towards the Most High for help. Keep going, all right.
Come on, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
As a what?
Were as a flame of fire.
As a flame of fire, man. When you get angry, man, your eyes become red. You think Christ was happy about dying?
Right.
For people that didn't care if he died or lived in the first place? You think Christ was happy about dying for people that didn't care what he died for? You think Christ is happy about dying for a woman with 4 baby daddies or men that beat on his wife? You think Christ is happy about women out here sleeping around with different men and or brothers that just want to smoke weed all day and get high all day? You think Christ is happy to die for them to put up a false picture for his people to go and celebrate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, 4th of July? You think Christ was happy about that thing? No, that thing makes Christ angry because he died for you not to do those things.
Right.
And here it is in 2021, we're doing those things. Still. You think Christ is happy about that? No, Christ is not happy about that. Christ is not coming back with rainbows and hugs and kisses. He's coming back with flames and fire, man. He's coming back to do work. He's not coming back to give hugs and kisses and be the father to them to that woman with the 4 baby daddies and 4 kids. He's not coming back for that. He's not coming back to be that because she always wants to talk. I just wait for Jesus while celebrating every holiday up under the sun or every hell day under the sun. No, Christ is not happy about that, man. Keep going, Art.
Come. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire,
right?
And his feet like unto fine brass,
right?
As if they burned in a furnace.
All right. So what is brass?
Brass is like the color of a penny,
right? Brass is a derivative of brown,
right?
Right. So and it says as if they burned in a furnace, right? But at first it said his feet because he was looking down, right?
Right.
So is anybody's feet different color from their hands, their face? They got spots anywhere?
It's the same.
It's the same, right?
Right.
So he's looked at his feet. He said, "Oh man, your feet is fine. It's like fine brass. It's like polished brass, as if they burned in a furnace, right? And you put anything in a furnace, right, in a fireplace, it's gonna burn and it's gonna turn what color?
It's gonna turn black.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. It's gonna turn black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go and keep going.
And his voice is the sound of many waters.
And his what?
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Because he talked loud like a black man does. So he's a very, very dark black man. Very dark man, right? And he talks loud like a black man does. Like a black man does. I remember one time we was working on camp signs, right? Out front of my apartment. And it's just three of us, right? And then the lady come outside to like, can y'all quiet it down a little bit? I got to go to work in the morning. I said, oh snap, like we that loud? And it's only three of us. You know what I mean? It's only three of us, but that's what we do. We're a loud people. We're, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We ain't gonna hide our voice for nobody.
That's true. People can't stand me at work because when I'm on the phone, I talk loud as hell. Like the whole damn call center hearing me when I'm talking, man. Like I'm just loud with my customers. And I talk so loud that the customer that somebody else is talking to on the other side of the wall is like, they can hear everything that I'm saying. And they tell them all the time. They're like, yo, I can hear whoever that is in the background. I can hear everything going on. I'm like, I ain't gonna stop being me.
That's how you talk.
If I sound like many waters, if I talk like a trumpet, that's not my fault. That's just how it is, man.
I guess nobody's gonna check into class today, huh?
I'll check in.
I know they don't like checking into class or what. You know what I mean?
I'll check in. You know I'm checked in on them days.
All right, so we're gonna drop that. Now we're gonna get this this article about.
Okay, what you got? It's 8:15 right now.
I know.
Oh, good.
Oh man, hold up. Dang. Give me the article.
What you got?
Uh-oh.
What's good? How the heck do I got 600 followers on YouTube, bro? I didn't even pay attention to that.
Uh-oh. Where did it go?
What you looking for? The article? What was it called?
Oh man. There it is. All right. All right, go ahead. Here you go right here.
Come.
Start right there. But go, you got to go to the top and get the
Title.
Yeah, but then it's right here where it's talking about Josephus.
Okay, so we got, look, check this out. This is about the Bible. The Bible says Jesus was real. What other proof exists? All right, well, check this out. So we're going to go into this part right here where it's talking about a Jew who is a historian by the name of Josephus, which obviously that's whitewashed, right?
What, Josephus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The first century Jewish historian Flavius Josephus, who according to Ehrman is far and away our best source of information about first century Palestine, twice mentions Jesus in Jewish antiquities. His massive 20-volume history of the Jewish people that was written around 93 AD, thought to have been born a few years after the crucifixion of Yahushua around 37 AD. Josephus was a well-connected aristocrat and military leader in Palestine who served as a commander in Galilee during the first Jewish revolt against Rome between 66 and 70 AD. Although Josephus was not a follower of Jesus or Yahushua, he was around when the early church was getting started. So he knew people who had seen and heard Yahushua.
He did what?
He knew people who had seen and heard Yahushua.
So he wasn't around when Christ was around, but he seen and knew people that was around Yahushua.
Right.
Right. So he didn't. So that's saying that Yahushua was a real person and he actually lived because he knew people. People back then, people knew people that was around Christ, that walked Christ, talked with Christ. So it was a real. So he was to show evidence of a real person. Keep going.
Right. In one passage of Jewish antiquities that recounts an unlawful execution, Josephus identifies the victim, James, as the brother of Jesus, who was called Messiah.
Wait. Start that over, Ox. Start that over.
In one passage of Jewish antiquities that recounts an unlawful execution.
So there was evidences and records outside of the Bible that was telling about other executions that was taking place after Christ died. And keep going. Who was it?
An unlawful execution. Josephus identifies the victim as James, the brother of Jesus.
As who?
James, the brother of Jesus.
Oh, so Christ had a brother. So you telling me Christ had a brother that really lived, right? But Christ wasn't real.
Right.
Keep going.
Yeah. While few scholars doubt the short account's authenticity, more debate surrounds Josephus's lengthier passage about Yahushua known as the Testimonium Flavianum,
right?
Which describes a man who did surprising deeds and was condemned to be crucified by Pilate. Was it Pilate?
Pontius Pilate.
Pilate, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Wait. So even Josephus wrote about Christ also, right? And there was other writings about Christ, also about things that Christ did, and then he was executed by Pilate,
right?
Pontius Pilate. Keep going.
Did you want more on that? That's where we're at right here.
There should be more, right?
Okay, another account of Yahushua appears in Annals of Imperial Rome.
Right. So now we have Edomites writing about Christ.
Okay.
We have Edomites writing about Christ. They're talking about there was records of Christ in Rome about Christ. So there's other records outside of the Bible that's talking about Christ. Keep going.
Another account of Yahushua appears in Annals of Imperial Rome. A first century history of the Roman Empire.
It's a what?
A first century history of the Roman Empire.
It's a first century history of the Roman Empire. Rome was even writing about Christ, about what happened in Judea about Christ. Go ahead. Right.
Written around 116 AD by the Roman senator and historian Tacitus?
Yeah.
Tacitus.
No, Tacitus.
Tacitus. In chronicling the burning of Rome in 64 AD.
Right. So in 64 AD, Rome. You said the burning of Rome, right?
Right.
Yeah, because Rome was taken over by Germanicus. Keep going. By Germans.
Tacitus mentions that Emperor Nero falsely blamed the persons commonly called Christians,
right,
who were hated for their enormities. Christ.
Wait. They hated for what?
Enormities.
Right. So the followers of Christ was called Christians, which were Israelites, right?
Yeah.
So Christian wasn't a term that they used for themselves. That's a term that people put on them. Right? It's just like saying, oh, you blacks, or you Hispanics, or you Native Americans. Keep going.
Who were hated for their enormities. Christus, the founder of the name, was put to death by Pontius Pilate.
He was what?
Put to death by Pontius Pilate.
What did they call him?
Who?
The one that was put to death by Pontius Pilate.
Christus. The founder of the name.
The founder of what?
The name was that name Christianity?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
The founder of the name was put to death by Pontius Pilate, procurator of Judea in the reign of Tiberius.
Right. Keep going.
As a Roman historian, Tacitus did not have any Christian biases in his discussion of the persecution of Christians by Nero.
Right. So that's and Nero was the one that Nero was in power when Pontius Pilate killed Christ. Keep going. But Tacticus didn't have any bias towards Christians. So he was writing about it. Other people would have just been writing about it, talking all types of dirtiness about him. But Tacticus he didn't really care. Keep going.
Khan says just about everything he says coincides from a completely different point of view by a Roman author disdainful of Christians and their superstition. With that, the New Testament itself says was executed by the governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate, for crimes against the state, and a religious movement of his followers sprang up in his wake.
Wait. Say it again.
Jesus was executed by the governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate, for crimes against the state.
Wait. For what?
Crimes against the state.
Right. Keep going.
And a religious movement of his followers sprang up in his wake.
Right. So after Christ died, man, Israelites went crazy out there, tripping out there, man. And then 70 years later, they had to hold the standoff with Rome, and then Rome came and put a destruction to Israel. Right. So, but doesn't that sound just like Fred Hampton? Right? Don't that sound just like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King? They called him an enemy of the state, man. Go ahead, Art.
What people don't realize because they're blindsided by the Christianity and the whitewashing of this kingdom and the way that it does things. This was a straight up race war, wasn't it?
Why? You did what I'm saying?
This was a race war. It is no different than what you see building up in this kingdom today.
Right.
Because of an unlawful execution?
Right. An unarmed black man.
An unarmed black man got just, and that was Christ's brother.
Right. No. That was Christ.
It was talking about the execution of James.
Yeah, but that happened after Christ.
That was both of them then. Yeah.
That happened after Christ.
The conversation started with talking about James that was unlawfully executed. Christ was unlawfully executed. And you want to go and name all of the brothers and sisters that have been unlawfully executed nowadays, from Tamir Rice to Philando Castile. We can keep going.
Right.
Alton Sterling?
Alton Sterling, Eric Garner, Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, you already said Tamir Rice.
Right. Sandra Bland, right?
Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. What's the young brother's name in Florida? George Zimmerman.
Mike Brown?
No. Man, it's gonna come to me. But like I said,
we're gonna remember these brothers though.
Like I said, Christ was the first unarmed black man to be murdered, because Christ didn't hurt nobody. Christ didn't hurt not one person. All he did was spoke against the powers that be, and they labeled him a criminal for it. Is that it on that?
Right.
No, is that it on that, or is there more?
That was pretty much it. Hold up.
No, you gotta keep going down. Yeah, keep going. See, quit playing, man. This is called the validation of Christ, man. We're proving that Christ was Trayvon Martin. Appreciate it, sis.
There it is. Con. So it says shortly before Tacitus penned his account of I.S.U.P.K, Roman governor Pliny the Younger wrote to Emperor Trajan that early Christians would sing hymns to Christ as to a god.
Wait. So they'll sing songs about Christ, just like Captain Akkad made the song "Prepare Slaughter" for Philando Castile, right?
Yeah,
they were singing songs about to get justice about Christ.
Yeah,
they used to sing songs about Christ to get justice to get justice for his murder. Wow, now they talk about his pimps, and now they all talk about his hoes and Salakia. But that's all they talk about now, and doing drugs. And the women's rapping is worse, because all they talk about is twerking and how to get this from a black man, how to get that from a black man, and how to do a black man wrong. Right? That's all they talk about. Keep going.
Con. Some scholars also believe Roman historian Suetonius refers Jesus in noting that Emperor Claudius had expelled Jews from Rome who were making constant disturbances at the instigation Chrestus.
So after Christ died, man, all over the Roman Empire and in Judea, there was Israelites cutting up about Christ, man. So how you telling me Christ ain't a real person after his death? Just like now, after they murder a brother in the street or a sister in the street, right? You know how we rise up and we go out and march. I guess I don't know. That's what they were back then. They was upset. Back then, those Israelites was actually about doing something. They wasn't worried about integration. All they was worried about was getting was coming to those Edomites that killed Christ. Right?
Right.
Keep going out.
Ehrman says this collection of snippets from non-Christian sources may not impart much information about the life of Jesus, but it is useful for realizing that Jesus was known by historians who had reason to look into the matter. No one thought he was made up.
Wait. So you know how the black people nowadays be like, man, Christ wasn't even real, right? Christ wasn't even real back then when they was writing articles and they was writing the history about Christ. Nobody thought Christ was made up. They knew Christ was a real person. They knew Christ was a real person. So before they start talking about, oh, Christ wasn't real, he didn't never live, man, you have to think about and go and do the history, man. You have to go and like they tell you, you're not a scholar on these things. You're not a scholar on these things. Yeah, you're not a scholar on these things, man. Y'all not scholars on these things, so y'all don't know how to go and do the research. Y'all don't know how to go into the histories, man. That's what that's what they don't know how to do. They're not seasoned enough.
Right.
They're not seasoned enough. Just like when Captain Katazai did the 12 tribes lecture, right? They said he wasn't doing the seasoned enough research, but he did it. He showed archaeological evidence,
yep.
Evidences out of books,
yep,
right,
and
have biblical evidence. He have all these sources of evidence, and nobody can. But they go with their own notion of I don't believe that. Just I don't believe that because go ahead, Doc.
There's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that have been unjustly murdered by police, wrongfully done in, and you don't hear about none of them. But thankfully nowadays you got people fighting to keep record of them, to talk about them, to make songs about them, to have videos put on the internet as proof that they existed and that they were treated wrong. And this is exactly what they did back then with whatever technology they could, whether it was just by word of mouth, by making music, by writing letters. They kept proof that he existed even back then, not just our people, but the enemies as well. So there's the proof right there. So instead of you actually saying, oh, you know what, this person doesn't exist, you should be thankful that people actually took the time to make note that this black man by the name of I.S.U.P.K did exist, because they trying to make us be wiped from the face of the earth. And I tell you what, if they could do what they did to Trayvon Martin and them and all of it, if they could do that to all of us, I can tell you right now, they would try to make it seem as if we never existed if history were to continue. So thank the Most High that we actually are getting told right now that our king existed, right? Because we are being in a warfare right now where they're trying to wipe us out and make it be as if we didn't exist.
Right.
But that's the reason why y'all fight to remember these people.
Right.
Because you know that they did exist and you know that they were wrongly executed.
Right.
Just like Christ was. So that's what we got to fight for. And we got to keep our culture in the meantime, too. That's all I want to say on that.
Greatly spoken.
Well, sir.
All right, we're gonna get like one more scripture. We're gonna get Christ in the Old Testament. Give me Isaiah 7:14.
Isaiah chapter 7.
First, give me virgin in the what's the name?
Okay. Bookmark.
Right, because Christ was talked about in the books of old. Just like we said, the Bible is the only book that holds prophecy. But the Bible is the only book that holds prophecy. Right? Go ahead and give me that word virgin.
Virgin, a young unmarried woman.
Uh-huh.
It is also figuratively to personify a city or state.
No, not that one.
This one right here.
Yeah. So we have one. It's a young unmarried woman
Huh.
as a virgin. Keep going.
The second definition: a young woman of marriageable age, whether married or not.
A what?
A young woman of marriageable age, whether married or not.
There you go. So there you go. That's what a virgin is in the Hebrew sense. It's a young woman of age, and then it says, keep going. Give me the second one.
Whether married or not.
And it says a young woman of marital age, whether married or not. That's what a virgin is in the Hebrew sense. So don't believe this virgin of this what the white man says is a virgin, because his virgin is all screwed up. Different cultures have different definitions for different words. Right. All right. I'm good on that. Give me that Isaiah 7:14.
Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Let me get that right quick. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive.
A what?
A virgin shall conceive and bear a son.
Right.
And shall call his name Emmanuel.
We should call his name what?
Emmanuel.
Right. That's talking about Christ. Emmanuel, it means God is with us. It's a title.
Okay.
It's not his name. You know what I mean? But it's like a title, like just like Christ is a title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a title. It's not his actual name.
It's kind of like, you know how like say like a famous boxer has a nickname, right?
Yeah, basically it's like a title, like Muhammad Ali.
What was he known as? The greatest
of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the greatest of all time. You feel me? Like it's a title.
Like LeBron James, the king, right?
King James,
Vince Carter, Vince Sanity. This is
right,
Emmanuel is like his title, right? I just understand that. Okay.
You feel me? Like it's like his title. God is with us, right? Start that over.
It says, therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign.
So the Lord's going to give you a sign, right? A sign. How do you know that that's Christ? Because keep going.
Behold.
He says, hold on to this. Behold this. If you're going to hold anything, hold on to this understanding. Go ahead.
A virgin shall conceive.
A what?
How do you get the definition?
Yes.
A woman
yes. No. Yes.
A woman of marriageable age.
There you go.
Whether married or not.
Right. Okay.
Shall
conceive. You can catch my drift?
Behold, if I could.
Go ahead.
Behold, a woman of marriageable age, whether married or not, shall conceive.
Ooh, y'all like that, right? I'm trying to tell you. Love them definitions. Keep going, Art.
And bear a son. And shall call his name Emmanuel.
And how does any woman conceive? How does any woman conceive a child?
She gotta get it in, man.
You know what I'm talking about? She had to have sex with her husband. Joseph was tearing fire to that thing. Tearing fire to that. It's just Salakia. But that would yeah, you know what I mean? Go ahead. Oh, that's it on that, right?
That's it on that verse, yeah.
Give me Jeremiah 23:5.
Okay.
And this is gonna be we're gonna end it on this scripture, right?
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold,
right.
The days come, saith the Lord.
Right.
That I will raise unto David a righteous branch.
Wait, a what?
I will raise unto David a righteous branch.
Does Christ come out of David's family lineage?
Yes.
His family tree.
From a virgin.
No, his family tree. Yeah. So David, you know, that's why it says a righteous branch.
Right.
Because the Bible's a family tree book. It's a book about a family. And our whole family tree is in this book.
Yeah.
Right? Keep going.
And it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper.
A king shall do what?
Shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Right. When is that going to happen? That hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet.
But it's going to happen when Christ come back.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 6. In his days.
In whose days?
In his days.
So it's talking about Christ. It's talking about somebody that's going to come out of David and is going to be a king and is going to reign and prosper, right? And shall execute judgments in the earth. And then it says in his days, right? In his days, it says Judah. And Christ comes out of Judah. Go ahead.
Shall be saved. and Israel shall dwell safely.
Right. So it says Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. Right. Keep going.
And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Right. The Lord our righteousness. Right. Because that's what we're going to be talking about when we talk about Christ. He's the Lord. He's our Lord and our righteousness. Right. Nobody's more righteous than Christ. Christ never sinned. Right. So he deserves it. He deserves to be the king of Israel. He deserves to be that. He deserves to have that title. God is with us. Because the Lord is with him. Right? Go ahead, Art.
If I could, I just want to read verse 7 because we could definitely end it on that.
Go ahead, Art.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Yeah.
And from all countries, whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Where's that at?
That's just the next verse right there.
Wait. 8, because 8 is a mother too.
Oh, Salagi, that's verse 8.
Oh, well, 9 is.
Nah, that's those two right there.
Okay.
Bring it home right there. That's
all right.
And that's another prophecy, right?
Right. That's another prophecy that's gonna but that's gonna happen though.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna happen. That's just like Ezekiel 36, and I have it. You know, I got it in my Rolodex.
Out of the north.
Out of it says out of the north country.
Right.
Meaning North America.
Damn right. That's where we at.
Wait. I got one more prophecy for that. Man, where is that? Ah, there it is. Give me Ezekiel
What you got?
36 and 24.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 36
and 24.
And 24.
Uh-huh.
For I will take you from among the heathen, and gather you out of all countries,
right,
and will bring you into your own land.
Right.
That's precept upon precept.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's saying the same thing right there.
Right.
What more proof do you need?
Wait. Give me Revelations 5 and 9.
Okay, come.
Wait, give me Revelations 5 and 9. I give you some more. All right.
Revelation chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, and they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof.
Right. For
thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us unto Yahweh by thy blood.
Well, who did that?
Christ did that.
Christ did that because he was slain and redeemed us back to the Most High because of his blood. Go ahead.
Out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. And has made us unto our God kings and priests.
He did what?
And has made us unto our God kings and priests.
And he brought us out of where?
Brought us out of every nation.
Out of every nation?
Out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
Right. Give me Acts 2 and 5.
Okay. Let me get that. Come on, sir.
Give me Acts 2 and 5. I go all day with this, sir. We can go all day with this, man.
Acts chapter 2
and 5.
These pages so thin. Come on. Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men.
They were what?
Devout men. Out of every nation under heaven.
Out of every nation under heaven.
So, if I could, that's good. Because that's talking about how we get brought out of every nation. Yeah.
No. Keep going. Because what I want to get is because remember it said out of every nation, kindred and tongue, and people. Right. Keep going.
Verse 6. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together,
right,
and were confounded,
right,
because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
In his what?
In his own language.
And keep going.
And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?
Right.
And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born?
Right. So how was it? How was they speaking into every different? So these the Galileans, right?
Yeah.
Were speaking to all the other men in their own language from where they were from.
Man, that's the U.P.K. right there.
How did that happen?
Because they came to the truth.
No, because they were speaking in tongues.
Yeah, they were speaking different languages from where they left. See, and that's what, if I could too, that's the crazy thing too, because in the U.P.K, you get that same vibe when you see a brother out teaching on the street in Spanish.
Right.
In Portuguese.
Right.
And hey, what's that Haitian language? I don't know, French or whatever it is.
Creole.
You know what I'm saying? We got brothers that speak Creole. And then when people see that and they see brother like officer down in the Rio Grande Valley,
Officer Yashikar.
They would say the same thing when they say, man, who is this brother talking Spanish?
Right. Captain Yashikar speak hello Spanish. He speak great Spanish. I'd be like, yeah. And it gets me every time, but I look at him like,
I never even knew that. That made me feel bad. That's not,
it makes me feel bad too, man. That's why I be trying to learn a little bit. You know what I mean? Jesucristo es negro, no es blanco. El blanco diablo. Yeah. You better learn a little bit.
That's all you gotta know right there, man.
Better learn a little bit. You know what I mean? You learn something.
But I digress. The reason why I say all that is to say this, if I could.
Go ahead.
If Christ is real, then these prophecies that it says right after saying that he's real,
right,
that we're going to be saved from this kingdom, those things are coming too. And that's just as real as Christ is.
And if Christ is black, John the Baptist was his blood cousin. Mm-hmm. So was he black? Was he dark-skinned man?
Yeah.
What about his brother James that was executed? Was he black?
Yep.
What about Mary? Was his mother? Was she black?
Yes.
What about his daddy Joseph? Was he black?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, the whole nation of Israel is black, man. The Jews are black. Just because Nick Cannon came out and said it and then he retracted his statements, man, I.S.U.P.K is not going to retract our statements. Huh?
Nope, because we don't compromise and we don't sell out.
Yeah.
We're not worried about money.
We have this foundation to stand on.
That's right.
We have this foundation to stand on, this Bible to stand on. That's why we're the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And that's why we are not affiliated with any other group. Right? We're not affiliated with any other group. No Christian group, no Israelite group, no Muslim group, no other group. And okay, I gotta do the exit. All right, and we're the I.S.U.P.K, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we've been teaching under Commander General Yohana, and we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the Israelites since 1969. Right? And we are not affiliated with any other group. And with that, I pass the class over to Trooper Yalawan.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements.
Mm-hmm.
We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which they will court each other. After this 6-month period, they will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, is found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in the Hebrew language. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Day of Atonement, which is to be the 10th day of the 7th month, Wednesday the 15th September 2021. This is found in the book of Leviticus, chapters 23, verses 27 through 32. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black: boots, shirt, pant, headband, scarf. And with that, that includes the UPK, I.S.U.P.K security announcements.
All right. With that, Amajim, which means to stand. We're gonna start, turn the face to east. Go ahead.
We're gonna begin with the power prayer. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Baba Kushai,
Kusha,
Nathan Lanoah,
Nathanael,
Haka,
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 La Rapa,
Ra Rapa,
Kau Makala,
Kau Makala,
Wakau Madawa,
Kau Madawa,
Haka,
Haka,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazariam,
Hamatazariam,
Haka,
Haka,
Lahaquium,
Lahaquium,
Hamathium,
Hamakium,
Haka,
Haka,
Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Atama Allah,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
the Water Aman,
Duwada Aman.
in the English.
Now we're gonna do our power prayer in English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of
Yahushai,
Yahweh Shai,
please
please give us the power
give us the power
to heal all manner of sickness,
to heal all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
and the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
and the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
and the power amongst unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
and to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai.
to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. This is for the rank and order structure.
All right.
Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Mayaka Allah,
Wa Mayakal,
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim,
Matazab Ya'ah,
Matab Ya'ah,
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Ha Alawapim,
Alawapim,
Hasaranyam,
Hasaranyam,
Hakwatazayanyam,
Akwatazanyam,
Hacha Yayalyam,
Akalianyam,
Waha Akhwatim,
Hala Akwatiyam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
the Water Aman.
the Water Aman. This is the blessings, the I.S.U.P.K blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
Commanding General Yahana,
Commanding General Yahana,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
and
the sisters,
the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malachwathka,
Malachwathka,
Thaba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Ratazayaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'aratazah,
Ba'aratazah,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemayim,
Bashemayim,
Nathan Lanawa,
Lathamlanaw,
Lacham,
Lacham,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Lawam,
Wasalach Lanawa,
Wasalaknanaw,
Kabawath Nawa,
Kawawasyanaw,
Kasalach Nawa,
Kasalaknaw,
Kabawath,
Kawawasyanaw,
Wala'ah,
Wala Allah,
Sabaya'ai Nawa,
Tabayanaw,
Banasayawan,
Banasaywan,
Abal,
Abal,
Haushai Nawa,
Haishayanaw,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Malakwa,
Waha'ala,
Wala Allah,
Wathapara,
Wa Ta Pa'ara,
La'aiwalamim,
Wa Ailamyum,
Aman.
Aman. Now this is the Lord's Prayer in the English. It says, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors.
and lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
from
evil.
evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever, so be it.
forever. So be it.
All right. And with that, we're going to start in front. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. All right. And then we're going to Sar, turn the face of sisters. Give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak,
Yahweh Shemar Athan Ba'Shem Yahushai.
And with that, class dismissed. Clap it up.
You want a little bit more? You good?
No, I'm good. I'm finna fix this chicken.
What channel was Community Johanna's show? Should be live right now, right?
That's right. Sing that shit, sister. That's right. One West.
What song is it?
Yeah. It's 1:44, man. You know what time it is. Yeah, Big Priest in here. Hey, look, I'm about to fall on this shit. Go ahead. My eyes, you see determination. On my side, real soldiers waiting. Fuck all the lies and all the fabrication. Ain't no more hesitating. I'm about to devastate them. Full of the power of the Lord. Watch them levitating. Yeah. And I'm gonna have this shit engraved. These crackers tried to play me, leave me dead like a slave. But I came up, nigga, let that rain touch his head. But I've been getting much bread instead. He say he ain't with the bullshit. Me either. Let this truth hit his chest like shots of tequila. I'm gonna speak from the police and they crooked face. Oh, revenge, that's my bitch. The pussy great. I'm running circles around these rappers doing figure eights.
Yeah, the reason why I have them is because when we make the TikTok videos, those are the folks I'm going to be bringing out. You know what I'm saying? Weak niggas to party. And then I mention this to take over. I want to record them right here, though.
Okay, you got the key?
Because my flow is sharpest. Can't stop it. I'm too brave-hearted. I can't even believe that I'm here to tell the stories about the fame, the pain, the motherfucking glory. Just another black man in the belly of the beast. We struggle to survive, but we survive nonetheless. It could have been me with the 50-year beard. Dying in the cell because I didn't listen as a kid. Laugh turn to tears, tears turn to fears. Reminisce about my life while sipping that cold beer. Fresh out of the mud, way from the bottom. That's right. Alone in the world, it seemed that nobody got him. Went from selling cocaine to plotting on the murder. Just the same ghetto shit that I know you probably heard of. But now it's a new chapter, a new life. Trying to right on my wrong, cause I was chose for this life. The life of a certified priest, that's me. Better known as my Waquad, but they used to call me Ski. I don't listen to Tupac before my Waquad. A card and that Rican nigga cut his eye. You ain't know I'm coming with the lava. Lord knows, I need to party like the Austin Bombers. Move to the shy and that was it. Living with roaches ain't the problem. When you living with a wicked bitch, my rib don't really get the ride. Cause all the time that I got, I'd rather give it to the squad. And if I die, bury me in linen clothes. But please don't let my bitch become Diana Ross. Don't let my son become a Uzi Vert. Lord knows I ain't raised him in the Christian church. Nothing worse than your bruh locked up. The only thing heal my pain is the liquor in my cup. The life of a One West nigga. From my birth called me the bar mouth, but they used to call me Murk Church.
Black Watch.
You already subscribed? That's the new one. That's the new one.
I was out of control up in the streets, cognac in the coat. Figured if I wasn't scummy, everybody you know that I ain't happy with this package of gold. Transactions, running rapid, chasing after the dough. Contemplating in my mind, I'd rather be broke. Crack a smile, start laughing and joke. I can't go around in the circle, I've been there before. And if I wasn't here, I'd been there to score. So I decided I'ma stay posted on the same block with vultures I watch over my shoulder. Me and mom's falling out of the crib. I'm getting older and plus she don't know, but I'm as one of my smokers. And that's hard for me to deal with, to add to the stress. He can only pay the rent, I had half his check. So I'm thinking, how does this nigga expect for me to show him any kind of respect? Yo, you get what you get. This game is cold, my skin got thick. I'm out late night, then I miss. Then I get some knocks at my bedroom door before the sun rises. This life is trying to drive me out of my mind. And the only thing that's keeping me sane is the fact that God got a way to make me peaceful again. He can see me through the evilest things to give me sunshine to see through the rain and ease up the pain.